You do understand, like, we're going to be hitting therapy for this, right? I have no idea what you're doing and where you're getting this stuff from. Where are you learning this?
I'm not learning it.
This is coming off the top of your head. That's even more scary.
What?
What do you mean, what?
Taking them to do that for?
Yeah, the stuff you do to Elmo and this one, yeah. That's quite scary. Where do you learn this from?
I learned it from nobody.
So you're just coming up with this kidnapping, bondage stuff by yourself?
No, we're not kidnapping him. We're talking to him.
Yeah, I see that. It's one hell of an interrogation. Well, how about we get our clothes on and we go to school and we leave these poor ducks alone? Okay?
Devil child! Devil child!
I got some fresh meat lined up and I'm not gonna let you spoil it, not this time.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. Free child place holidays available with 22 kilograms of baggage included.
For the last 7 years, Jonathan Bédard, Eric Leblanc, and Justin Maheu have been waiting to become parents together, something that officially happened yesterday.
She's perfect, of course. Like Annie, she's curious, she's energetic, she loves to play, she loves to jump, she loves to dance.
They adopted their 3-year-old through Quebec's Youth Protection Services, but first had to be approved as foster parents, something that required a lot of work and openness, they say, to their relationship.
We had a lot of things to go through in order to be able to have that accreditation. And it's through that process that they learned that we are a little different because we're 3, but we're not different from any other family.
Some other Canadian provinces, including Ontario and British Columbia, legally recognize more than 2 parents. Quebec does not. Last April, a Quebec Superior Court judge ruled the government has a year to modify the civil code to allow a child to have more than 2 recognized parents, saying the current situation is unconstitutional and violates the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms since it discriminates against different family models. Quebec is appealing the decision. The Justice Ministry declined our request for an interview, saying they won't comment since the matter is in court.
We think that either way it might go all the way to the Supreme Court, but we're saddened from the fact that we're not backed by our own government, which is supposed to be an open government that wants to help every single family.
While the law doesn't recognize all 3 as parents, they say they're sharing the responsibilities equally and doing whatever they can to create a stable home and secure future for their daughter.
We talk about what come up if we split up or if someone dies and stuff like that. We do anticipate those things because we have to, because we're not protected if it doesn't.
And after what it has taken to get here, they're enjoying this moment.
We are lucky to be 3 to give her all that support, but I think we're the lucky ones to have her in our life.
Denise Roberts, CTV News.
So you didn't call his name out? You didn't call the name out?
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Oh. She's recording right now.
I am.
Oh.
Yep.
Charlie.
Why can't she say his last name?
What is happening? Why are you being like that, Jennifer?
Why are you being like, why are you being like this?
No, why are you being
Yes.
like that to me?
Well, okay, why are you being like that to me?
You were being so rude to this girl.
I'm not.
She brought your drinks to
I actually am making a point, a big point.
Recording her, setting her up for failure.
I actually wrote a very good post prior to
This is
this.
crazy, ma'am.
It's not. I wrote a very good post prior to
Nothing
this.
wrong, okay? We did nothing wrong.
I wrote a really good post. I was really hoping you were going to make the right choice.
I'm sorry. I don't know anything about politics.
It's not politics. A man spoke up for what he believes in, and he got shot in the neck over it. And you couldn't stand there and call my name out, my name. But you called his name out. But you called his name out, couldn't call his name out. Called his name out, but couldn't call his name out. No, actually I was setting him up for success because I wrote a really good report. Excuse me? It is Charlie Kirk. It's the point. You guys came in after me. The place was completely empty. And you're making a scene. You didn't have to make a scene. It's a name. It's a policy that your company upholds. They came in after me. It was completely empty when I came in. That woman right there was the only person in here. I actually wrote you guys a really good review prior to getting this, saying what upstanding it was, how wonderful it was, hoping she would stand there and say my name, Charlie. Just Charlie would have been fine because she said his name. So I was saying, okay, maybe it's just going to be Charlie. And I was thinking she'll say just Charlie. And I was rooting for her to just say Charlie. And what did she do? She brought me my drink. Why'd she say his name? Twice. Not once, but twice. No, it's not. It's bad policy. It's bad. She doesn't believe in politics, but yet you're willing to do this. And I wrote you guys such a good review in advance.
And we appreciate that, but it's not my policy. It's the company's policy.
It's not though. See, and that's the problem. And now I'm gonna have to go back. I'm actually gonna post the good review that I wrote first, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna add this video to it to show that I wrote the good review first. I'm gonna leave the good review, and I'm gonna post this video to show what an ass she made of herself and how you came out and you did this, because this is, wow. I didn't talk to her. I'm actually talking to you. It's called freedom of speech. This is what Charlie Kirk died for. I am a paying customer, and I have not done anything. I am just sitting here. You're going to ask me to leave because you're going to call the authorities? Are you serious? Wow. You're going to call the authorities because I asked somebody to say a name. I'm disturbing what? I'm disturbing who? This is the person who made the scene.
Okay, I asked you twice.
Okay, I'll go ahead and leave the video too. I didn't make a scene. I asked somebody to say a name. That's not making a scene. And I'm still not making a scene. Exactly what Charlie Kirk died for. This is what you all need to understand. It is called freedom of speech. It is getting shut down in America. And this young lady over here wanted to point out that freedom of speech is what is getting shut down. She is saying she's pre-recording like it's a big thing. This is a public space, and we are not allowed to publicly record in a public space. People are allowed to do their work. They are allowed to have their workspaces. They're allowed to have their laptops open, and they're allowed to publicly broadcast, and they're allowed to do all these kinds of things. Here in Starbucks is a public place, but they are not allowed to ask for their name.
Absolute wickedness and madness, all right? But these are the Edomites, all right? The so-called self-proclaimed white nation, which they're not white, they're red. And according to the Bible, they're the wicked the Bible speaks of. All right, and they're going to be destroyed. All right, obliterated off this earth soon. All right, you know, they got the American Edomite and the Israeli Edomite got a short time left. All right, and then they're going to be destroyed. And then the rest of you Edomites around the world are going to bring them back while you're serving your captivity. All right, which is going to be in the kingdom of heaven on this earth. All right, you got a 1,000-year sentence ahead, and once that 1,000 years is up, all you devils get rounded up and burned off the face of the earth, and then never be an Edomite again. All right, this is Job chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. That's you, Esau. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not where, and who is he? All right, so before I really go all the way in, I'm going to start out by giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. And double honors to the apostles, the elder bishops, and elders of the great millstone who teach this 100% truth. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, today is I'm trying to get the whole new year started already. All right. Today is September the 29th, year 2025, the hopeful year of our deliverance, that I represent the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans through the seed of our fathers, as well as the year of the hopeful so-called judgment. I mean, not so-called, as well as the year of the judgment to the so-called, hopeful judgment to the so-called self-proclaimed white man again, which he's not white, he's red. All right, near the Edomites, according to the Bible, the wicked. All right, so I read this scripture you see on the screen, you know what I'm saying? Say it later, earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. These devils that went throughout the earth, all right, with iconoclasm, they've knocked down, you know what I'm saying, and took down all of the, you know what I'm saying, true depictions of what Yahweh and Yahweh Shai look like and the Lord's people look like, and they put themselves up in their image. All right, that's why you got red Jesus, all right, as the Messiah, quote unquote, today. All right, that the majority of the people worship. All right, a blonde-haired, stringy-haired, blue-eyed devil. All right, that this world is hypnotized on. All right, let me get a precept real quick. First Mac be the 3rd chapter, just to go into that some more. All right, First Maccabees 3 and verse 48. It says, "And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images." All right, and that's what Esau done. All right, he's the only nation that has done this. No other nation has done it. All right, and again, they're the wicked that the Bible speaks of. I showed you a couple of clips. You know what I'm saying? A little girl, she's already, you know what I'm saying, beheading stuffed animals. All right, you know what I'm saying? Her father knows she's a devil. All right, he already knows she's a wicked child. All right, and the scriptures go into that as well. Psalms 58. All right, in verse 2 it says, it says, in the heart, meaning in your mind, you work wickedness, you weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. All right, so the moment these Edomites come out the womb, they're wicked. All right, you know what I mean? And even when they're in the womb, they're wicked. You can go back to the account when Rebecca was pregnant with Jacob and Esau. All right, and that was the righteous son and the wicked son, and they were fighting in her womb. All right, and it's the same thing as you see out here today. All right, these Edomites, you know, they still got that hatred. Well, they're getting back into that ancient hatred mode that they used to have for Jake. All right, you know what I'm saying? Esau has just been exposed on all fronts. All right, he's divided amongst himself. All right, you know, the spotlight is on him. He's getting antsy. All right, you know what I'm saying? These nations are starting to look down on him. All right, especially the Israelis. All right, but what they got going on over there in the Middle East. All right, all of those nations over there are starting to just, you know, come to the common reality that they're the problem. And with them being the problem, that makes America the problem, because America is, you know, tied in with the Israelis. 1 second, y'all. Y'all forgive me. But yeah, America and Israel are tied in together. All right, the scriptures go into about how the least of the flock shall draw them out. All right, you know what I'm saying? America's going to have to go over there and fight their war with Israel, and they're going to get obliterated. All right, you know what I'm saying? I got another clip I'm going to show you on. I don't know if I'm going to add that in post-production. I don't know if I put it in already. But these Edomites are still whacking about Uncle Charlie. This one Edomite, she went to Starbucks, and she ordered a drink under Uncle Charlie's name. And some more Edomites took the order. All right. And when it came time to call on her name, they only called the first name. They just said Charlie. And the Edomite got mad and was like, "Why you didn't say the whole name?" Just going to show that this place is through, and Esau is a house divided. Esau is the wicked. All right, and it's a rap for him. All right, and we were sitting back laughing at them the whole time. All right, you know, the Lord said we was gonna laugh at these devils. All right, this is Job 20 and verse 4. It says, "No, it's not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. All right, and Esau, you coming into that last, you know what I'm saying, moment of your joy. All right, you know, you better live it up while you can, cause it's all hell from here for you. All right, you know, you ain't gonna get to enjoy the kingdom of heaven. Other nations, they will. They gonna get these laws, statutes, and commandments beat into them. They gonna go back home after that 1,000 years and practice what's been beat into them, and you know, be all good. But not you. You get that. You devils getting rounded up and put in that pit. All right, from the smallest to the mightiest. All right. Verse 6 it say, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, because Esau is a proud man. All right, this devil is. That's why he mimics himself after the eagle. All right, he's a proud man. He thinks he can, you know, he think he can't be stopped. All right, he think he's bulletproof. All right, verse 7 it say, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? All right, because Esau going to get took out of the way real quick. All right, in the kingdom, we're going to be, you know, Lord willing, I'm of the elect. But, you know what I'm saying, our children and, you know what I'm saying, these 2/3, when we bring them back, they're going to be like, man, where them Edomites at? Da, 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 da. After we done got it out their ass, you know what I'm saying, and then beat them down, all right, and pay them back for what they did to us. No homo shit involved, you know what I'm saying, but pay them back for what they did to us. All right, they gonna be exterminated. Jake gonna be like, man, where them Edomites at? Y'all remember them red motherfuckers that used to look like fucking apes and shit? All right, you know. And Esau's going back to his natural state too. We putting them devils back into that caveman state. You know, when Esau was in them caves. All right, braying like donkeys and you know what I'm saying, living like a beast. He going back to that. Ain't gonna be no Gillette razors in the kingdom for them devils to you know what I'm saying, shave that beard. Nah, you gonna look like the beast of the earth. All right, that you were created to be, the red beast of the earth. All right. Verse 8 it say, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. All right, and that's coming, E. All right, it says, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. All right, and you pay attention to the words of that. These young Edomites, all right, you know what I'm saying? These Gen Z, Gen X Edomites, you know, if it is a Gen X, whatever it is, these Edomites that's 26, 27 and under, all right, they ain't for the old regime of E. All right, that old serpent, you know what I'm saying? That old spirit that them devils had is dying out. And now these new niggas, these new Edomite niggas, you know, they docile. They want to be friends with everybody. All right, you know. You got a couple of them in there that still got that, you know, that old Edomite syndrome. All right, you know, but the majority of them don't. I mean, they all got the Edomite syndrome, but they don't have that urge to fight no more. The Lord said these niggas, these Edomites was gonna become his women. All right, the mighty men of Babylon shall become his women. And you see the spirit through this place right now. 3 homosexual ass Edomites adopted a little girl, all right? And that shit is cool in this place. That just goes to show why this place has to be destroyed, all right? The scriptures speak about men lie with men, doing that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error, which is meat. All right, the scriptures talk about if a man lie with a man as he lied with a woman, they've committed an abomination, and their blood should be upon them. All right, but what does Esau do? He passes laws for said individuals, and if you speak out against that shit, then you're the bad guy. All right, that's why this man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, all right? But the Lord has made him bare. What's that, Jeremiah 49 and 10? It says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. All right, Esau can't hide anymore. All right, you know, the men of the Lord have been given a score on this devil, a rundown, and you know, through our apostles, elder bishops, elders, and the acumen. All right, we blow that trumpet and let it be known what time it is and who this man is. All right, but only the elect can obtain it. All right, you tell these 2/3 about Esau. I mean, some of them will listen. They'll listen for here and there, but majority of the 2/3, they got a love-hate relationship with that devil. They pick and choose which Edomites they want to be acceptable with or cool with, when at the end of the day, they're all the wicked. You know. But let me read a little bit more of this. Hold on, y'all. Staying in Jeremiah 49. We'll get this slavery that Esau going into. Verse, we'll start I'll read 11 and go on down. It say, leave thy fatherless children, I'll preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And that's us as Israelites. We've drunken of that cup. All right, the scripture going to there's a cup in the Lord's hand, and in the cup is lamentations, mournings, and woe. I think that's what it says. All right. Now we didn't drunk that cup. We still drinking that cup to this day. We're yet this day in our captivity because Yahweh ain't sent Yahweh shot back to redeem us yet. All right. So we still got that cup in our hands. All right. So again it say, for thus said the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. So that same cup is being taken out of our hand and put in your hand, Esau. It say, for I sworn by myself, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse. And all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. Basra is a code name for you. That's one of the capital cities in Petra, all right, which is your original homeland, Mount Seir. All right, so this is what it's speaking about. You, America is the new Basra. You know what I'm saying? And that cup is going into your hand, E. Let me get that in Lamentations 4. All right, gonna jump down to verse 21. It say, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. All right, so you finna be, all right, out here going through it. All right, you going through it on a certain level now, but you just wait until the kingdom is established. All right, that's when you really gonna have that cup. Verse 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins, all right, because it's your turn, all right, evil E. Your turn to get this punishment, all right. The Lord, he already done punished us, you know, and the end of the punishment is in sight. You know, we see the end of this thing, and it's coming soon, all right. Esau done already, all right, got a digital system going down in the UK. Got the Edomites over there in an uproar. Hey, that's just one step closer to that real thing he got coming, you know, that charagma, that incision into the flesh. All right, that micro C-hip that Esau's gonna, you know, bring forth for the world to prove and, you know what I'm saying, show their allegiance to him. All right. And a lot of you Edomites gonna take it, you know, even if you don't take it. It don't matter, you still an Edomite, you know. You're going to be going through it no matter what, all right? But over here in America, you know, spiritual Sodom and Egypt, Rome 2.0, hey, if you're an Edomite over here, whether you take it or not, you're dead. It don't even matter, you know? You can protest all you want to, all right, because we live down here in Texas, all right? I stay down here in Texas. We in the Bible Belt, all right? You know, it's a whole lot of religious Edomites out this way, and they know what that MOTB is, all right? And they you know, they make it like they ain't gonna take it, but hey, it don't matter. If you're an Edomite and you don't take it, that's your ass, all right? You still gonna die, because the Lord is only coming back to beam up 1/3 of Israel from America. Only 1 out of 3 Israelites are leaving this place. The Lord is leaving 2 out of 3 of his people here. All right, ain't that something? You know, so this is just something quicker to the point. You know, I seen some clips, these devils, all right, in their, you know, pure form, all right? Those were pure form clips of Esau, all right, in his purest form, all right, just diabolically wicked, all right, from the aged to the young, all right, you know. All honor, glory, and praise go to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elder bishops, and elders of the great millstone who teach this 100% truth. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect that be in the house of David. All right, Kwame Yasharala and the Bible Ball. Shalom, Makim.